stop wanting to go viral. Okay? Unless you want chickenpox. Like, don't stop wanting. And welcome back to Royally Unhinged, the podcast, where we talk all the things of marketing and networking and wee little wizardry, because we like ye old Harry Potter. It's everything you need to know and everything you didn't need to know. And along the way, you're going to learn some other things that you need to know and laugh a whole lot. I am one of your podcast co-hosts, Princess Paula, along with this gal over here, Derby. And together, the dose of us are Royally Unhinged. She never knows what I'm going to throw at you.
I don't. And half the time what she just said was just like, you don't know what you need to know, and you need to know, and you need to know. You didn't like it.
Right?
It sounded funny.
You know? Righto. So, hey, welcome to the podcast. If it's your first time, if you were just going across the, turning the dial on the radio, and you came across and you just kind of stopped, and you're like, what is this? Glad you stopped. You're not going to regret it. And for those of you that have been here along the way, it's so good to see you, friends.
Hi, friend.
And for those of you that we pay to listen, thanks. The check is in the mail. So, and if you are a fan or didn't know you're a fan or you're about to become a super fan, go ahead and like and subscribe. Actually, we don't really care if you do that. But if you do that, your life will be better for it. And then you'll know when all the episodes come out.
Yeah, you get notified on all of them. So why wouldn't you do it?
And one comes out every Wednesday at noon. We have a new episode. And that's right. You can go back because we have a whole first season, like a whole year. We are almost at our 2 year or 1 year or what?
February 17th was our first episode debut.
So would it be our 1 year anniversary?
Yeah.
We need to plan a party.
I know.
We need to have a little Royally Unhinged soiree.
I know.
A little gala. A little, like, what did they do on Harry Potter when they have like the ball or the dance or like a cafeteria style something with candles hanging from the ceiling?
What's
a royal? We need to have I don't know. We'll think of something. Stay tuned, folks. Unless you're watching this. If you're watching this for the first time after February of 2026, February whatever, never mind. Go back and look back in the list of wherever you're watching us.
Party.
Now, if you're listening to us right now, that's great. Hey, be careful driving or whatever it is that you're doing while you're listening to us. Thanks for listening. But just know watching is way more fun because you're going to miss our cool outfits. And if you're not watching, part of what the viewers, the watchers get to see is every time we record an episode, we hide a little bitty mini Dumbledore somewhere on our set. We will reveal it at the end of the episode.
True that.
But if you're listening, you cannot find him. Now, there you go. Okay, any other news you want to talk about sponsoring?
If you want to sponsor Royally Unhinged the podcast, we have a few different options. You can either have us come out to your place of business, your organization, wherever you are. If you want to fly us there, we'll go.
Yeah.
We will go if you fly
or
us
a boat
there.
Or a pony.
Or ride on ponies.
Or a horse-drawn carriage. Stay tuned. That's tying in today's episode.
I
but
would
if
love
you
to go on a horse-drawn
if you
carriage.
have a buggy, hook us up.
Please hook us up to that buggy. We will come out at your place of business, tailor the topic to your business, and talk about all the wonderful things that you are doing. Or if you don't want us to come out, you can just sponsor us anyways, and we'll talk about you right here in our studio. But if you want us there, we'll pack it all up and we'll come out to you. So that's
live on location.
Live on location.
We'll do that. Yeah, it's really fun. And then, so not only are we shouting out your business and telling everybody about your business, but we will tailor the topic to your industry. So it's such good value.
You get your own little episode of marketing that sits on our channel forever.
And you just have to deal with us in your space.
That's okay, right?
Please provide one peach monster energy drink for me, and then we're good to go.
1 cup of coffee.
There we go. Okay, are we ready to jump in?
I think so.
Are we ready to pull up our britches and snap on our suspenders and dive in today's topic?
Yes, please.
Here's what we do sometimes, in case this is one of those things you didn't know, but you might need to know. When we have our topics every week, when we do our podcast, we have an ongoing list of topics either that we come up with, people suggest, all the things. But oftentimes when we head into a podcast, Tara and I won't tell each other necessarily, like we'll know what the topic is.
We have an idea what it is, but we don't know the context.
But we hold the cards closer because we want real-time reaction.
Real interaction, real
just
response, real emotion.
Yeah. there's another where like not like an unboxing, but on all the videos when they do like they want a response, they want a reaction.
Jump scare.
Sounds like I feel like we're playing a game. There's all the videos where it's like anyway.
I know what you're talking about.
Reaction, like a reaction video.
It's a reaction video.
Yeah.
I do actually have one thing that I want to do because I just got back from a trip.
Okay.
And I got Paula something
trip.
on this trip.
There's a present sitting here.
There's a present sitting here.
And you know why this is so much extra fun? Because technically tomorrow is my birthday.
So she gets like a surprise birthday present.
Which by the time this airs, it's not tomorrow. It was yesterday. Like, so don't worry. I'll still take a present if you have a present.
Like a week ago.
About a week ago.
So anyways, I was in Las Vegas and Salt Lake this last week. When you see this might be 2 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, a year ago. I don't really know. But I was in Las Vegas for the first time. So of course I had to get my lovely co-host Princess Paula something from Vegas. Excited. So
I love the bag.
Yes. It's a sloth bag. Sloth birthday bag.
What's the TV show with the two brothers? The kids show with the two brothers and
Kratts?
Yeah, but it's not a sloth. It's a jumping. They're animal.
Lemur.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I thought this was.
Jumping monkey. It's black
and
white. I don't think it's a lemur.
Is this appropriate to unbox?
It is.
Here, ASMR. The people listening are like, Paula, please just
stop. Please stop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you listening right now, I just unboxed the coolest denim baseball cap, like a total dad cap, right? But it has a bedazzled crown on the front with little pearl. Where did you? This is great.
It was literally just in one of the gift shop places.
My bedazzled greatness.
And we were just walking by and I saw that and I was like,
my gosh.
Everything. We have to stop at this store
I love
and get this.
Okay, normally I would put this on right now, but I'm currently very new to my curly girl hair era, and I don't want my hair to get frizzy yet because we're going to be recording multiple podcasts. Otherwise, I would put this on my head. I could just... This is so great. If you're listening right now, you might have... You know what? If you're listening, here, I'll be like... Okay, just gave Tara... I just gave Tara the thumbnail. So if you're listening right now, if you look at the thumbnail for this episode, you'll see the photo of me with the hat. This is great.
You know what you should do?
Oh my gosh, do I ever love this.
You should get Princess Paula embroidered on the back here.
Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to wear this. I kind of want to wear this tonight for the Western theme. This would... Oh, okay. We're going to keep going. Oh, that's super exciting. Thank you. That is a great present. That is a great gift. And I love the bag. Okay. That's great because that great bejeweled, dazzled hat would not be appropriate for what I'm going to talk about today.
No, it wouldn't.
We're going to head into Amish territory and we're going to talk about Amish and the marketing. So, I forgot to bring a cording candle to show on. Victoria.
There's one right here.
Victoria with Pink Slip Solutions. She is going to be a sponsor for a later episode, but she was like, do an episode on the cording candle. And I was going to bring one in to show everybody.
Oh.
Bummer.
Next time.
Okay, so I have a huge obsession with the Amish.
Yes.
Anyone that's known me for more than 5 seconds will know that I want to be Amish. I'm obsessed with the Amish. I collect Amish things. I visit the Amish. And to be fair, I know they have their issues. Don't we all?
I was just going to say, don't we all? I think we all.
I mean, people are always like, Paula, don't you know about their society? I'm like... Find me a culture and a group of people that doesn't have some issues.
But, like, there's different, like, I mean, you have the really hardcore Amish, I think, that are really immersed in their culture and they, like, don't stray from it. But then you have, like, the hybrid that's, like, part in, immersive world with technology and all that stuff and still, like, doing their own things. And then...
I'm so glad you're mentioning that. We're going to go off the rails for just a minute.
Let's do that.
Because I think it is such a, what's the word? Man, I hate when my brain starts going. Not a dialogue. It is such an editorial. It is such a...
Conversation starter?
It's such a commentary on humans as a whole, right?
Okay,
like when you get a group of humans together and everyone's like in agreement and they're living together and then someone goes, I don't like that. I think we should all wear purple. And all those people break off and start their own society and go, we're going to start wearing purple. Every society and group of people, it's because they decide, we want to do things this way. And they go form their own.
They go that way.
And it's fascinating with the Amish because, to your point, you know, you have your old order Amish and your more conservative Amish, but then there'll be some that will say, well, we some use hook and eye on their clothing. Some will have buttons. Some will use pins. Like, as they break off, there'll be a group of people that will say, well, we think we should be able to use a phone, or some of them are allowed to have water in the house, running water, but so the ones that want to do that, they break off and they start their own order of Amish, so that those people are allowed some, literally, some are allowed to have rubber on their wheels of their buggies, but some aren't.
Okay, that's crazy.
So there are people that have broken off and started their own order, and they are allowed to have...
Just because rubber's like a man-made thing?
I don't know the reasoning behind it. I should know this because I've been studying up again and
I was just
reading.
going to say, if you're Amish, please let us know. But they're probably not watching
Probably
this.
not. Or even like painting the inside of their buggies black, and some don't. Like, as they start to change the rules of what they're allowed to do, use, where, when, all the things, they will break apart and start a new collection, like a new order.
Which that means, like, they completely go to a different location, like, start their own thing. Like, it's not like they just start
like 4 or 5
house
families will say, okay, we want to be able to put rubber tires on our buggies, and the rest are like, nope, that goes against our rules. And they're like, all right, bye, Felicia. And they go and they start their own community where they're allowed to do that.
That's crazy.
So that's why there's all these different levels. But here's what's really amazing and what we're going to dive into. So regardless of which order of Amish you are in, they don't do social media, they don't do TV, they don't have computers. They often will have a community phone that's in one location, usually the schoolhouse, but they'll have a community phone where they can go and kind of contact the outside world, because many of them have businesses, but they don't have, they're not going to have websites, they're not going to have a Google business profile, they don't have cell phones, the majority of them don't have cell phones. And yet...
they have a whole industry.
And yet they thrive.
And yet they thrive.
And yet we all know about them and how to find them and how to visit them and give them all of our money. Mm-hmm. So we're going to ponder this and we're going to talk about this, because if you're watching or listening today and you own a business, work for a business, give out the business, then you're always trying to think of, how do I get more money? I mean, that's what we all do. That's what we do in business, is go, how do I make money? How do I get money?
Yep.
Which is where marketing comes in, because you're like, how do I let people know about me? How do I get their money? And we have all the things: internet, computers, cell phones, all of billboards.
So it's really interesting
blimps.
that blimps. Yes, that is a marketing tactic as well. Actually, there's
airplane banners.
Well, there's that, but now there's like the wheels that just like they go really fast and have the lights on it. So now it's like it looks like it's floating.
Where?
There's like
in the air?
No
Spaceships?
It's just like on a stand.
What
like
are you talking about?
There's like these giant things. They're like wheels. It's this giant clear like cylinder basically, and it has this fan that goes really fast on the inside, and that it's like drone stuff.
Like a tabletop type thing? Or out in the wild?
No, like for trade shows and stuff, like a promo thing.
Okay.
And then like you can program it to say different things or like put your logo on it or something. So as it spins
like
really
digital?
fast, yeah. So as it spins really fast, like you can have your brand on there, a certain message or whatever. With one of the shows I was just at too, people had electric backpacks. So it had
I've seen those
words that would just fly on the back
almost
of
like
it.
Like a wow.
Yeah.
You know, if only we could pause so that I could find the word and keep communicating and so you don't have to keep editing everything out. Billboard, a digital.
I'm not editing anything out. But
welcome on the journey. That is my brain.
But it's really interesting that you're talking about this too, and that this is the topic today, because I literally just had some annual meetings with some people, and they were like, how can we get more leads? How can we do more things? How can we do more? And I was like, well, we're already doing all the digital stuff. Like, we have all your Google Ads stuff. We're doing the social media. Like, we're doing, like, sponsored things, digital ads on other platforms. Like, we're doing all the things on that front. And they're like, but how can we get more? And I was like, so I'm really interested to see how this goes and how the Amish actually like dive in, because what I keep telling people too is that guerrilla marketing, old school.
How about that? It takes time. Do you realize that we are such impatient we're such impatient humans?
Oh yeah.
That, and I think the whole viral social media industry has done us wrong, because since people can go viral and overnight a video can go viral and then everybody knows who you are, or you take someone like Keith Lee, who I love you, Keith Lee, huge fan, but he can go to a restaurant, eat the food, review the food, and the next day that restaurant has a line out the door and their profits skyrocket because an influencer has shone a light on people. So everybody wants that instant.
Yeah.
You know, in marketing, they're like, what can I do so that I can have overnight success? What can I do to go viral? Stop wanting to go viral. Okay? Unless you want chickenpox. Like, don't stop wanting.
I have something to say to that, because at this conference, I had some people come up because I was there to do content for my client. So I follow him around like little puppy dog, and I get paid to do it. And he's actually pretty cool. But he's probably not watching this, so you don't know that I think you're kind of cool. But as I was following around, there were people that were coming up and they would be like, oh, I see all your content. I see blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so great. And then he's like, how do you do it? And then he just points to me and he says, because of that. He actually said that when he was speaking one of the days. He's like, people come up and ask me, and there was like 300 people in the room.
Yeah.
And he's like, people come up and ask me all the time, like, how do you do that? How? And he just looks over at me, and I have my bright orange vest on, so I stand out. And he looks over at me, and he's like, because of that.
That. Come on, man.
We made fun of him.
Her.
We made fun of him after that for a while, just saying. But my point was that I had somebody come up and they were talking to me about, oh, do you freelance video editing and all that stuff? And I was like, no, I'm not really taking on projects right now. And he's like, so you do freelance? And I was like, but I'm not taking on anything. And then he started talking to me, like asking me questions about social media, and he's kind of an influencer and all of this stuff. And then some other people were asking me about like, well, how do you track engagement? Like, what do you think is like good engagement on stuff? And I was like, what do you think good engagement is? And he's like, oh, well, I had this video. It had like 3 million views on it. It had like 280,000 likes and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why do you care about the likes so much? And this is why I'm saying this, because Gary Vee has talked about the fact that even though you don't get a like or you do get a like, it's always being seen.
Yes.
So what I was telling multiple people down there that were like, oh, I have to get likes, I have to go viral, I have to do this. And I'm like, but why? Like, what's your end goal with going viral? Just so people know who you are? Like, you're still building that, just being consistent and putting out your posts that you do. So if you're consistent, because those posts that go out and it's regular and it's not just like one a month or it's not like whatever. But if you're consistent, you're still creating those touch points with your clients, not even clients, potentials, just people in general. Like, you're creating those touch points. Because I even said, how many times do you go on your phone, you're looking at Reels or TikToks, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I enjoyed that video. How many times do you actually like that button?
Less and less. I mean, we've talked about this before. We've probably done at least 3 podcasts on this.
Probably.
And less are the likes coming in.
Yeah.
And even if you watch on TikTok right now, like everything, there's an uproar. So we're in January 2026, such an uproar on TikTok because the likes aren't coming in because the algorithm has changed. And they're like, how come these big influencers aren't getting as many likes?
Algorithms change like on a weekly basis.
Totally.
So once you even think that you dial it in, you're never going to dial it in.
And that's it. People are chasing that though, Tara. Like, they're really trying to chase the, I want to be viral, I want to be big. And you know what I go by is when I bump into someone out in the wild and I go, hi, I'm Princess Paula. And when they go, I've heard of you. Thank you. That's how I measure things, not how many. I don't look at my socials and go like, oh, today I got only 10 likes or 2 comments.
I hate doing that because then you just end up in a spiral and you just start going, I feel like, downhill. Because then you don't get validation that like your stuff is worth it. But again, not everybody likes videos. Like but if it's being seen, but then we're combating the algorithm. So I'm going to bring it back home to the Amish.
Thank you.
So with all of our society, all of our people on social media and stuff, they always want to go viral and they want to be seen. But then you look at the Amish and they have furniture.
You're just going. I was going to say, what are they known for?
So,
look at you, bitches.
So they're known for their furniture. So obviously they're making bank on it because it's this industry that's been around.
Super good quality.
They've been around. So, but they don't use technology like the rest of us do that have small businesses. So like, how are they getting seen? So you see what I'm saying here? You don't have to go viral to be seen, to get business, to get the things, because there's many other industries out there that don't even use technology and they're known for
they're
stuff.
thriving. So how does everybody know that the Amish have really good furniture?
Because
it's not a test.
I'm just
right. Like again, see now these are the conversations that Tara and I have with each other and that we have with our clients. And I want you to listen and think about this in your own brains, whether you're watching or listening right now. But really, like, how do we all know that the Amish have such good furniture?
My thought on it is that they have something that's unique and differently built. It's not mass produced. It's not copied. Each item is individually made.
But how have we heard about it? How do we know that?
That's how, well...
No, like, honestly, like, if you I don't think people think about this sometimes. If you trace it out, we know this because we've heard about it. At some point in time, we heard about it. Why? Because somebody went and bought it, saw it, stopped on the side of the road and got it. And it's like, this is the most amazing furniture ever.
Yeah.
And they have it in their house. And someone goes over to their house and it's like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Where did you... I've never seen anything like this. Oh yes, this is my custom one-of-a-kind Amish armoire. Where did you get it from? Oh, this place. They go. They start telling someone, hey, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, we went and found this really cool Amish store. We bought this. We just ordered a new bed. Wait, what? Where's that? Yeah, it's just down on the highway, whatever. You should go check it out. It's amazing. They can do all custom stuff.
So they just went viral offline and not online.
But that's that whole word of mouth.
Yeah.
Networking. How people are going to talk about.
It's the flywheel concept that I talk about all the time. Not sales funnel.
Like this is right. Because they're not going door to door. They're not putting door hangers out. They're not on a billboard. They're not marketing online. They're not doing anything. They're just making a really good product that people fall in love with and then talk about and share.
Yep. Do that.
I mean, honestly, if you're just making something really great or doing something great to where people fall in love with what you're doing or what you're making, and they will tell others and they will share the message. And then it's going to take time. I mean, the Amish aren't in a hurry. They're not like, oh, we have to hurry and meet first quarter.
They literally ride in a horse and buggy to get to places, which I could imagine takes
not in a hurry.
Okay, a lot more time.
Fun fact. So we love the Amish so much. That's where we vacation all the time. But we always go into the Amish region. And when we went there 2 weekends ago, it was cold, snowy, storming, like icy. So we're driving around like blizzardy type conditions, and here they come like up a hill with their horse and buggy, and I was like, whew. Okay, so when we stopped at one, we're just going not off the rails, I guess it's off the road,
off the buggy, there
we go. We went to it's called the Amish Walmart, and it's this fun little store that they call the Amish Walmart, and we were there. Oh my gosh, I got so many stories. So when we were in there, one of the things I asked them, I was like, okay, so when the weather is really bad like this, like, do you have different tires that you put on the buggy, like to be a little more safer so that you don't slip? And they looked at me, they were so kind. They were like, no, we put different shoes on the horses. They said we shod the horses differently so that they have more grip. And I was like, that makes more sense. They don't put winter tires on their car. They put them on the horse. I was like, I'm just a dumb English. Don't mind me. Okay, and another thing, now you guys are getting all my thoughtsicles because there's been a lot. When I was in this store, so remember, they have no electricity. So when you go in their stores, it all has to be natural light or lanterns, but it's a lot of natural light, which means it's very like not moody,
And they
but
don't have a lot of like windows.
well, they do.
right?
Oh yeah. So like in these stores, there will be lots of windows because that's how all the light is getting in. Yeah, they have glass. They're not like.
Well, I figured they did, but I just didn't like. I
Oh, yeah.
figured it was
Nope.
like
Windows are good.
Okay.
So you go into like the building. It's all heated by a wood stove. There'll be like a wood stove in the middle of the building of the
Yeah.
store, and that's heating everything. And then there's just like natural light. So it's very. But here's what got me. It was so quiet. Because remember, there's no radio. There's no music being piped in. So like in this one store, when me and my husband went in, we were the only ones in the store at the time. And all you hear is like the crackling of the wood stove and like a
I
little
love
fan.
that.
Yes and no. Because there was a part of me going, they just spend the whole day in their thoughts. Oh, I was just
Okay,
like,
I will say because I have like been like collaborating with somebody at some point, like we were working on something together but separately at the same time. And I'm one that has to listen to music when I'm working.
Yes,
Like I
same.
need some sort of sound
Same.
when I'm working.
it's a brain thing. It means that we're really smart, but continue.
Oh.
No, I've done all the neuroscience. It means that our brains, in order to, like, there has to be something else for a part of our brain to be doing and thinking about.
Okay,
for
then
us.
I feel bad for this other person because I even asked because it was just dead silent. And I was like, do you always work in silence? And she's like,
It's a whole neuro
yep,
thing.
I do.
No, I've been looking into this, the way our brains work. Yeah, because we're super smart, Tara. But we were in that store because I said to my husband afterwards, I was like, okay, so there was a husband and wife working in the store together, like complete silence. It was just silence. And I was like, you spent the whole day just in your own thoughts, like just thinking all day long. Or maybe every once in a while saying something to your partner. Otherwise, just quiet, which would be great for a day. Maybe you get used to it.
Okay, I have a question about that. So, do they not like listen to any sort of music? So they don't have, because they can't, right?
Like, but what would they, like a tape player?
I
No
don't
radio.
know.
That's electricity.
I know, but like, what about a cranking like old vinyl record or something?
Nope. Because even religiously and in their community, they don't have instruments. They sing all their songs just vocally for hours. They will get together and
So
like
they don't know Bees in the Trap.
They probably have bees like in their backyard in a trap, but yeah, no, they don't.
Oh, I bet they make their own honey, don't they?
Absolutely. I should have brought you some. Yeah. Like when you go into so it's so much fun. Like if you ever want to go visit the Amish, like in Wisconsin, call me. I'll hook you up. And it's really fun because we went.
I want to go on a field trip. Would they let us record and do a podcast?
You're not even supposed to take their photos. They have no pictures of themselves. They don't take pictures.
Which that's a whole other thing. Like, if you look at all of our cameras.
Look at how much time we spend taking selfies.
That's what I was just going to say. And what do you do with them after you take your pictures?
Nowadays.
They just sit on your phone forever and you don't do anything.
Oh my God. We've gone so off the rails because I'm old enough to remember when I had a camera with film in it.
Oh, yeah.
And you would take the pictures and then you'd send in the film and you're like, fingers crossed, some of those work. And they would come back and you're like, they didn't work. But then we would put them in an album and we would scrapbook. Anybody here still remember all the years and days of scrapbooking?
I was scrapbooking.
And you have these like big old monster scrapbooks that we never look at anymore.
I have like 5 of them sitting. Yeah.
And I've been thinking about this and pondering on this. And if you're out there and you're a photographer and you've got thoughtsicles, please share them. Because now we have all these photos we never look at.
No.
There are programs out there that will grab all the photos from your Instagram and stuff and put them into cute little albums. So at least you get like
I've
a little,
seen those,
which
yeah.
I think is really smart.
I do too.
And we don't sit around as a family anymore and go, let's pull out our albums and sit here tonight and look at pictures together, which I think would be fun.
Yeah.
So you're not wrong. We take so many pictures now, they've lost their value.
Yeah.
We're just like, whatever. Like we can take them and delete them and retake them and doctor them.
I mean, I have pictures from trips that I've taken multiple times, and I have like 40 plus pictures of trees, of the pond.
And even now that we're not posting stuff on Meta, I'm like, I'll take pictures and I'm like, well, now I'm putting them on Snapchat because I'm like, does somebody want to see my picture? Like,
I don't know. Because
we've devalued it.
I've taken pictures of the kids. So like anytime that we're doing something, I was like, well, I'm not sharing the kids on social anymore. So like,
what do we do with all these pictures?
what am I going to do with this picture?
Do we do albums? And if we do put them in an album, if you take the time to make an album and put it together, who's looking at them?
Nobody.
It's so...
I mean, my 5 scrapbooks that have been sitting upstairs, I have one from when I was on homecoming court. I have one my senior year. I have one from my the pig barbecue for the rehearsal dinner for our wedding for the night before. I have our wedding album. I have my pregnancy album. I can't tell you the last time that I looked at them.
Sorry, kids. You didn't make the cut. Okay, so maybe the Amish don't have it so wrong and so bad because they're not putting time and effort and energy into something like taking all kinds of pictures, because is it a waste of time?
Might be.
Okay, getting back to the Amish. So the other cool thing about the Amish and honey is, so when we went 2 weeks ago, it's the middle of winter. And so not everything is open because it's wintertime. But we went to some of our favorite places that we always go, and literally, like, they'll have their store in the basement of their house. So there's like a little sign on the road, like Paula's candy and whatever chocolate, you know.
In the
and
back.
So, yeah. And so you're pulling up behind the house, and there'll be like a little door in the back of their house, like in the basement of their house. And you can hear the whole family upstairs, like running around, kids playing and everything. But they know the English have arrived. And so they'll send one of the kids down. So one of the kids comes like running downstairs and comes into the room you're in. Like one of them we were in, it was just shelves of like homemade jams and homemade chocolates and homemade cookies, like just, and the chocolates. Oh my gosh, guys. So you're there and you're picking them out. And it's so cool because they don't have electricity, which means cash or check only. You're not swiping anything. And they have like a little register, like an old-timey register.
Love that.
So all of these kids can just do the math in seconds. Like you put your stuff up on the counter and they have like a little pad of paper and they might really quick scribble on paper, but they're just adding everything up in their head and they're like, okay, it's this much money. And it's cool because it's an interesting interaction because, you know, you're actually having an interaction with them. You don't always chat a whole lot because they just stare at you like you're weird and you're staring at them like they're weird. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's just so fun. And their stuff is so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. We stopped at this other place. We got a bunch of these like cookies they had just made fresh that morning. Oh my gosh. Every store you go in, there's like their homemade bread and their...
Which I'm assuming, I mean, it's all naturally made. So there's not preservatives. There's not anything. So it's like probably the healthiest food that you could get anywhere.
Absolutely. Now, if you're screaming at the phone right now or your screen or whatever, and you're like, yeah, but Paula, they don't treat their animals very well. I know. We have a dog that was a rescue from an Amish puppy mill. So I know. You might be saying, well, Paula, sometimes, you know, they don't treat each other well. I get you. I get you. Again, there is no perfect society. Okay. Like every society has its, the thing that I appreciate is the simplicity
of their living.
Yeah. And I think just like they are able to eat so much and eat things because they're always moving and walking around and they're not just sitting in front of the TV for hours. No judgment if that's what you like to do.
I do that. I like to get out too, though. I like to go outside.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking a lot about their marketing because we know these places now. Oh, okay. So one more thing about the marketing that I thought was really fun. So when we were in this one store, same store where husband and wife were there, no radio, no nothing, just quiet. She was putting up like brooms or something with handles in the store while we were there and I was watching. She had a hand hole drilling thing where she was drilling holes in the top of the handles to be able to put it up on the thing. I'm like, oh, it's just primitive. But while we were there, we were trying to find this one bakery that we had gone to a couple of times that was so good because they make the best pies and the crust. It's insane. So we were trying to find this bake and we could visualize it. Like my husband and I could see where it was and knew what the road going up to it was, but we're like, we can't find it. So cute. So we're asking this couple, we're like, yeah, we're trying to find this bakery and it has like a long driveway and it turns up. And it was so fun. They were just looking at each other like, well, is that the Hirschberger sisters? Girls? I don't know. It could be the Yoders. Well, I wonder if it was this. Was it like this? Is it called? And it was just funny how they're just like naming off families and different things. And I'm just like, they all know, word of mouth. Yeah. They know. And finally they were like, oh, is it the Sunshine Bakery? Yeah, that was the name. They're like, oh yeah, it's the Hirschberger girls or whatever. And yeah, it's right here. Just go down this street. But they might not be open this time of year. And I just thought, there it is as well, that within a community or a networking group or an industry, when everybody knows who you are and what you do,
yeah,
when somebody asks, they can mention your name.
So I think one of the biggest takeaways that we want our listeners to know, because we assume that if you're watching this, you might be in the business industry. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just think we're really awesome and fun to listen to, which we love that. But I think the biggest takeaway for this is that everybody in the business world thinks that you have to have this huge digital presence in order to get business coming in, get leads coming in, customers, all of that. So we see, on the other hand, that there's a community, the Amish, that are able to not use any sort of technology, and they just know who's the people with the fancy jams or the bakery or the whatever. So I think the biggest question for probably a lot of our listeners is, how can they do that themselves and not put a ton of money into digital?
And okay, yes, I'm also going to tack on, and I'm always going to keep coming back. It takes time. Marketing takes time. Things aren't going to happen overnight. And especially with digital, people feel that if they embark on a digital journey, it's going to be quick, fast, and with a big turnaround. And marketing is going to take time. It takes time for people to know who you are, what you sell, and what your product is like. So understand, no matter what industry in, it's going to take a little bit of time to be found and to be known. And it all comes back to networking. And networking can mean a lot of things, right? Whether you go to a networking group and you're actually networking at a group, but it also means when you're out and about and someone's talking about you or sharing your name or talking about some cool thing they're wearing or using or doing, that's part of networking.
Well, and I think it comes back to branding too, because one of my clients I was just talking about, because I don't think he watches this. It's not bad, but he wears all black. It's just all black. Well, that's not part of the company's brand. So I'm like, you have to understand too. Oh, because I was telling him about our girl Holly Burnett's with House of Color, and that I did my color and style analysis, and it changed my brand and how I dress and a little bit different on that front. So I was just explaining to him it doesn't matter what position you are in the company, you are the brand, you are your own fan, you have to go out and wear the things and say the things, and you have to represent your brand to the fullest. So you really should be decked out in your company logo or whatever it is, even if you're at a kid's sports game, or if you're at the grocery store, or if you're at wherever you are, because even though you might not verbally be saying anything, you're still showing up that your company is valid and in the community.
Yep.
And I think that's a huge thing for people. So if you're a business owner or you work for a business or whatever, and you're just wearing plain Jane clothes, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
But to kind of combat this whole thought of, I need to be on social media everywhere, I need to put all of my eggs in that basket, or not just social media, but digitally, I need to put all my money out there. It goes back to, OG marketing, guerrilla marketing, and setting down your roots.
And knowing your brand. I think you just said it, because the Amish know who they are, and they know their value, and they know what they bring to the table. They know that they have a good quality product. They're not changing it to keep up with the times. They're not changing what they do.
No, it's been the same. How long has it been the same? They haven't adapted to
quality,
anything. It's been the same
because they know
thing.
they have a good product.
Right.
And they're not trying to be okay, let's go get a social media presence now because that's what needs to happen. So understand, depending on what your industry is, who you are, what you're doing, know your brand, know what you bring to the table, be the Ferrari, know who you are and who you're not, and then figure out how to market who you are, where you live.
It was just that video I just sent you yesterday or a couple days ago. It was a video that I saw, I think, on TikTok, and it was some gal, she had a little teapot or something of water, and there was a toad and a baby alligator that were sitting there. And she takes the water and she pours it on the toad, and the toad's I don't like this, so he's trying to get away. And then she turns to the alligator and she pours water on the alligator, and the alligator's just yes, this is my life. Take that as an analogy right there. If Paula's Be the Ferrari has never sat with you well, take the alligator.
There we go.
And the toad.
You're not for everyone.
You're not for everyone.
And that's okay. Know what you bring to the table, who you are, what your brand, your product, your service is, and just rest in that. And when you see other people going viral, when you see other things happening, just take a deep breath and go, remember the Amish. Remember the Amish.
Should we have a shirt that says remember the Amish? It's like remember the Titans.
Well, in my AI talk, I do remember the nachos. That's my thing. Have you ever heard my whole thing about nachos? Remember the nachos? Okay, that'll be another podcast, friends.
Is that a new AI thing that you started talking about? I've been in her workshops before, so I know.
I'm getting bumper stickers of remember the nachos because it helps you remember how to communicate not only with people but with AI and how to describe what you want really well with AI. Clearly, it has resonated with her.
You don't. Okay.
Offline, I will tell you.
Well, my first AI workshop was I think the first time we met. That was like 3 years ago.
I wasn't doing that yet. I wasn't doing the nachos yet. It's been the last year and a half. It's part of my shtick.
Okay. Well, I haven't been in your AI workshop since then. So apparently I need to attend
She still thinks
again.
it's great. Okay. So if you want to know where to go and find the Amish and visit the Amish, let me know. Do I have Amish furniture? No, because I can't afford it because it's so good, but I have a little Amish frame. Like one time I went to an Amish furniture place and the only thing I could afford was a wee frame. It's beautiful with inlays and everything. Absolutely gorgeous, but that's all I could afford at the time because their stuff is gorgeous, but it's a wee bit pricey because it is so good. But you know what? They don't change what they do because they know their value and they know how good it is. And they just keep going. Whether or not we come buy their stuff, it doesn't really matter to them.
It really doesn't.
So people are going to buy your stuff. They're going to come and see you. Your products and services. Stay consistent. Just keep doing the things. Get up, smile, be happy, and eat honey. So on that note, or bread or sourdough. I don't know. Whatever it is your thing.
Whatever is your kryptonite. Just go do that.
I still haven't talked to you about the Amish courting candles. That'll be next time. And you never know what you're going to hear, but it will be something marketing, networking, or something you needed to know where you're like, I am so glad that I listened because now I know. Anywho, friends, it's time for us. We're still your hosts that we were at the beginning of this podcast. I'm still Princess P along with this gal,
Tara B.
And together the two of us are not Amish, but we are royally unhinged. That's it. But if you want to know where Dumbledore is, if you have now stayed until the very end, Cindy?
He's somewhere down here.
Dumbledore's under the couch hiding.
Can I grab him? Oh, I just knocked him over. He's down here.
All right, friends.
I just knocked over Dumbledore.
Till next time, stay unhinged.
Stay classy.
San Diego.